Hi, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. This week I'm going to share with you how I used the Quiltmaker designs that were originally designed for Electric Quilt. I'm going to show you how I used them and digitized them in Art and Stitch. I have actually saved a number of Quiltmaker designs in my current project, and to look at them I just want to view the sketchbook, and I will want to go to the Blocks tab, but under the Blocks tab I'm going to go to the Stencil section. And that section has a number of Quiltmaker designs that were in my library that I have brought into this particular project. And I'm going to show you that there are some differences in how the designs are drafted in Electric Quilt. So if I start by this twirl away block and I edit it, if you use your pick tool, you can select basically a segment, and in this case we actually have two separate segments as part of the design. Now I'm going to go um, back to my sketchbook, and I'm going to pick the first one, which is Florabella Variation 2, and I want to edit that. And now this looks like it would be a continuous line pattern, you know, one of those that you love to actually quilt. But when I select this, you can see that there are actually a number of different segments. So it was not necessarily drafted as a continuous line pattern. You can still use it, and we will actually I will show you how to use it, but it just will take a little bit more work in Art and Stitch. So once I've got this back to how it was drafted in Electric Quilt, I'm going to actually export this as a meta file. So export meta file, and I just want to save that, and I'm just going to say 1 Flora Bella. Okay, and I am now done and with this part, and can close EQ. Okay, now I'm in Art and Stitch. And so I'm going to start by importing artwork. And I'm going to navigate to the file that I just saved, and I'm going to open it. Now, one of the things you'll notice is it's a very, very large document. If I go to transform, it's 96 by 96. I don't think I will want to make something that big, so let's change that to 12 by 12. And that's probably still larger than what I would do, but I always like to draft things a little bit larger in Art and Stitch. So I'm going to apply that, which will get it down to a smaller size. The other thing I want to show you is when I select the reshape, you can see all of those nodes that are in there, which is really way too many, and we don't really want that. I think it will make it very inefficient. So I'm going to do Control A. Control A, select all of it, and I'm going to do the Simplify Smooth. And I'm going to set the curve at 30, angle tolerance at 57, and distance tolerance at 20. And I'm going to click on OK. Now, when I use the reshape, you can see I've got just 2 nodes on that, and I've just got nodes at each of the main intersections on that large piece. A much more efficient piece to work with. Now, we do actually have to connect up all of these segments. And so I'm going to have to do some splitting. So I'm going to take this item here, and I'm going to split the line. And I'm going to connect up this node, and I'm just going to use the T key and connect the other piece. And I'm going to split this one as well. And so I've now got that into two sections. I'm going to move this piece out of the way, and oh, somehow I am no longer split. Now I am. Okay, so I've got this section here, and I want to connect this piece to it. So I'm going to use the T key to move it in place. And I'm going to also right click, and I want to snap to anchors, because now what I can do is I can bring this one back in place. This one, I'm going to select the T key and move this node and snap it in place, and now it has connected back to that main document. So now I can go to the next one, and I can split the line again, and I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to again split that line as well, move it out of the way. Actually, I'm going to move the other one out of the way and move this one back. Okay, and now using the T key, connect, connect, move that in place, move that in place, and now I can connect, connect those. And as long as I've got that snap to anchors, as long as I keep one item back at that original spot, I can snap everything back in place, and the curves will reappear when you snap them in place. I'm going to finish the rest of this outside of the video. Okay, once I've got all of the segments split, connected, and snapped back into place, I can select the entire document. I can apply stitches, and I'm going to take a look at the sew out on it. And you can see I now have a very nice continuous line design. And it probably took me, maybe about 5 minutes to transform it from the file in Electric Quilt. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will find some opportunities maybe to use your Quiltmaker CDs. Thanks so much for watching.